I am continuing on with my quest to collect the books by William Dana Orcutt, and I have this nice new addition to my shelves that I've just opened. It came in the mail today. This is, as you can see here by the paper label on the front, the book in Italy during the 15th and 16th centuries, shown in facsimile reproductions of the most famous printed volumes. Introduction by .com, Guido Biaggi, with explanatory notes and comments by William Dana Orcutt. .com is obviously a short form for someone's name. A little bit humorous now in the age of the internet, because when this was published, .com did not mean what it sounds like. Let's see, on the spine, no paper label, just your typical cloth spine here. The book in Italy. And it says Harper's down there. So we've got paper covers here, paper boards. We'll open it up here. There's my receipt. And there is an advertisement for the Toronto Antiquarian Book Fair on November 14th to 16th, taking place at the OCAD University Waterfront venue at 130 Queens Quay East on the 4th floor in Toronto, of course. And here is the paper from Patrick McGarren Books. Just the same thing, the title there, the publication information. 1928, hardcover folio, 31.5 centimeters, 220 pages with 128 plates and illustrations, including 3 color plates, limited to 750 copies for sale in the United States, this being copy number 44, quarter dark blue cloth back, light blue boards with printed paper label on the cover, dust worn, else very good. So yeah, I guess that would be the spine is the dark blue. But we will open this up, and as you can see, this is quite a large book, and I'm trying to support it here in my lap because I thought this would be easier to look at than setting it in a table in terms of getting the overhead view. But you can see my hand on the page. Quite a large book. So there we have it, copy number 44 of the 750 copies of the volume printed for sale in the United States of America. Now, of course, I don't know what that means. Was this book only printed in the United States of America? Or is this just the American edition where there are also UK editions or editions in other countries? 12 lettered copies not for sale, so 750 plus 12. And I'm sure those 12 lettered copies, if they're still in existence somewhere, are quite expensive. So there we go, that's lovely. The Annunciation, illuminated by Monte del Fora, copy made by Attilio Formili in the Laurentian Library, Florence. So there's a wonderful tipped-in frontispiece there. Here's our title page. I'll lift this up so you can see the full thing. See, now my phone is at the level of my nose to get the full extent of the book there. But there is our full title page. The explanatory text and comment by William Dana Orcutt, author of In Quest of the Perfect Book, which I own, and The Kingdom of Books, which I also own. We'll take a closer look at that printer's device there. 1928. I'm just looking at how wonderfully in focus my phone is staying as I go over the page here. So there is our title page and frontispiece. Here is an editor's note. Let's read the editor's note while we're all here together. I'm noticing a little bit of a mark there, a stain or something. Editor's note, 25 years ago, my friend, the late Dr. Guido Biagi, at that time the librarian of the Laurentian Library at Florence, secured for me from the time, goodness, I'm reading through my phone, I need to look at the page, secured for me from the Italian government permission to issue, in book form, this extraordinary collection of reproductions from 15th and 16th century volumes, illustrating the evolution of the book in Italy. Until now, interest on the part of the collectors and book lovers has not warranted the very heavy expense of publication. But today the desire for knowledge concerning the history and precedent of the art of printing is such that the collection may at last be given to the world. The facilities afforded Dr. Biagi in gathering this material were so unusual that no similar collection has ever been made, or ever again can be brought together. In this volume are reproduced 132 of the 199 pages which form the magnificent album now on exhibition at the Laurentian Library in Florence, which attracted so much attention at the Paris Exposition of 1900, and since then has been a constant source of inspiration to visitors in Florence, who have been fortunate enough to have the opportunity of studying it. The plates omitted are mostly second pages from the same volume or duplicate exhibits of printers already included. In the original album, the plates are arranged in chronological order, but in order to permit explanatory notes and comment, the editor has grouped the exhibits by cities and towns, except where otherwise stated. The reproductions are the exact size of the originals, hence the large size of this book. The editor's explanatory text and comment are intended to be of interest to book lovers as well as bibliographers. In studying these pages with Dr. Biagi, the editor found them to be more than exhibits of books or of printers. They are veritable human documents which reveal the extraordinary period in which they were produced. And the editor has sought to share with others the pleasure he has experienced in approaching them from this standpoint, dated April 1928, written there, that introduction or that editor's note, by William Dana Orcutt. So we have a facsimile of special permission granted by the Italian government for the reproduction of this collection. So here is the official document in Italian, dated 1902, I guess. That looks like 1902, allowing reproduction of the collection included in this book. So then we have our list of plates. I won't read all these aloud to you, but you can pause at points in this video and read this yourself. The titles of all these plates are in Italian. There are the dates and listing, whether it is from Rome or Venice. So there's our list of plates. Continuing on. And if someone really is curious, I'm happy to send you pictures of the list of plates here. You can reach me by email. I've got the email, I think, in the information section on my YouTube channel here. If it's not there, just leave a comment below and I'll pop the email down there. So there's our introduction. There's an introduction. And there is the first of the plates. And I believe all these are tipped in. I want to be very gentle here, but yeah, it's tipped in. So it's just attached by a line of glue up at the top there. We'll just gently flip through here. There is Madonna Laura de Noves de Sade from the Laurentian Library, Florence. Look at the intricacies of her head cap there. History of Printing in Connection with Civilization. And this is just the introduction here. I'm going to certainly enjoy probably sitting at a table in order to read this, because I think it would be too large of a book to, you know, comfortably sit for a long period of time on a sofa or in a chair. Got a document there. And I think we skipped a page. Yes, we did. I'm just realizing my dehumidifier is running a little loudly in the background. So hopefully it's not picking up the noise too much. Often I'll turn it off, but it had stopped itself when I started this video, and now it's restarted itself. It's a interesting looking one. Palus Manitus. I'm assuming Palus Manitus is related to Eldest Manitus. And certainly that printer's device looks very familiar, minus the bloodthirsty fish that seems to be biting the anchor there. Some musical instruments in this one. And there's not really much to say here apart from to look, because having not read this book, and this is my first look at it, I'm seeing these things for the first time too. A couple of cherubs here. Kind of a bemused looking face there. Lots of wonderful title pages on display. This looks like it's Latin here, maybe. Onto the section about Venice is where we're at. It appears a few people have been shot by whatever that creature is with a bow and arrow. Number of religious works throughout here. Herodote, that must be history, from St. Mark's Library in Venice. There's a printer's device, Erhardus Redolt. There's Eldest Manitus. Familiar name in the printing world. And there's the Eldine device. That's more what I'm familiar seeing, as opposed to the earlier anchor and fish. And I say that as though I've ever seen an Eldest book in person. I have not, but I've seen reproductions of the printer's device and facsimiles in various books. That interesting illustration. There's another Eldine press, it looks like. Device adopted by the Eldine press after the death of Eldest. On to Naples. And the dehumidifier has powered itself down again, so it should be a bit quieter here. You can sit and listen to the turning of the pages as we move on to the Milan portion of the book. Nice and, clean pages, sound binding for a book that is almost 100 years old. We're here in 2025, and this was printed in 1928. I'm flipping a little bit faster because my arm is getting a little bit tired. But there's something right there. A horrifying creature. I'm assuming that's from a religious text, and that's potentially, well, yeah, there's the word amen. Assuming that's the devil consuming sinners. There's a few people in what I'm assuming is meant to be a boiling pot of water. The woman on the right looks a little bit like she's just enjoying a hot tub. The woman on the left looks like she's already dead. All sorts of horrifying depictions of hell. There is a device of Filippo Gianta. Some more devices there. Horses. Looks like the scales of justice in one hand, and I guess a crown, sword, signs of rulership in the other. Bologna, Genoa, Parma, Calarium, or it says Cagliari with a question mark. Mondovi, Antonius Matthias, another well-known name, Cremona, Pavia, it's rather interesting there. That looks like something was rubbed or damaged, and that damage was reproduced in the facsimile. Modena. Interesting one there. Piacenza, Lucca, Palermo. Some more religious imagery here. Pinerolo and Castel di Monferrato, perhaps? Nonatola. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. That's a little bit blurry. All I'm kind of seeing here is pixelated circles. Pisa and Monreal. Soncino. That one rather badly damaged by something. And reproduced in facsimile. This is Biblia Sacra, so another religious facsimile there. Chivasso. That one's very, very brief. Gaeta. And Capua and Bari. We're in the realm of very brief histories here. Ferrara, Cuneo, Bergamo, and Vico Equiense. And we're at the end where we've got a very short bibliography with Dibdin at the very top there. This volume is set in Bodoni type, cut after the design of the great Italian printer. The color plates were made and printed by L'Art della Stampa of Florence, Italy. The volume is arranged and printed by the Plimpton Press in Massachusetts, under the personal supervision of Orcutt. So we are at the end here. I think we've just got a few blank end papers, and yes, that takes us to the end. So if you've made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the flip through. I am going to enjoy actually reading the book and seeing just what all these facsimile reproductions relate to. But this is a nice, very nice addition to my growing little collection of William Dana Orcutt.